Al Famous on the check-in, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Thank you, y'all. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share the video if you like it for this dope content. You heard? Let me get into it. First of all, let me say rest in peace to Brianna Taylor. You heard? That is real sad what happened to that girl. You know what I'm saying? Here you had a black sister that was, I think, a security guard or a peace officer or some type. And she had an ex-boyfriend that she used to deal with. And basically, you know, police, the goon squad, you heard? The police goon squad went over to her house looking for her boyfriend and his money. You understand what I'm saying? So they went, but when they went over there, Brianna's laying in the bed with her new man. You know what I'm saying? Because the boyfriend that they trying to put her with, she's not even with the guy anymore. You know what I'm saying? And the guy never lived there like that. He used to stay there, but he never lived there like that. She's with a whole different person. So now they roll over there, banging on the door, shooting in the house, banging on the door, shooting in the house. You understand what I'm saying? So Breonna Taylor, new man, he's a licensed gun owner. So he starts shooting back. You know what I'm saying? So then all of a sudden, they shooting more. You know, once you start shooting at the police, what starts happening? They're going to go crazy on you. Oblong Diallo. You heard? Come on, man. You know how they do. 67 shots. You see how they did Sean Bell. You see how they did Abdul Diallo. You see how they did a lot of people. You see how they did that guy that was with his wife in the car. He was a licensed gun owner with his kid in the back. They killed him right there on camera. The man didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen what the guy did to George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He had his knee on his neck and people was around him saying, please, why don't you stop doing that? And cops was around. Cops was just like letting that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because this is nothing new to them. You know what I'm saying? They used to pulling people over, antagonizing people, starting with people, and then basically they got their foot on your neck. You know what I'm saying? Or they got their foot in the back of your back. You know what I'm saying? Or they scraped your face up. You know what I'm saying? Or they almost killed you. You know what I'm saying? And then what they do? They load you up with charges. They load you up with charges. You know what I'm saying? And then our politicians, they sit back and they say, well, you know, this doesn't these actions doesn't reflect all police officers, and most police officers are nice and good. That's not true. That's not true at all. Stop lying to the people. You heard? Just like y'all go in the neighborhood and y'all grab 7, 8, 9, 10 dudes for one shooting or one act of violence or this and that and that and this. Why don't y'all do that same for the police officers? When they went over and they shot in Breonna Taylor's house and killed that lady by accident, on purpose. You understand what I'm saying? Because they was over there to try to find her ex-boyfriend money. Because a lot of those officers are under investigation right now for taking money out of drug dealers' houses. And we all from the ghetto, so we know how the police get down. The police was doing that back in the days. And they still doing it. That's the shame with it. They still doing it. But it's worse because nowadays they'll find out if you got any money or anything, you heard, and they'll know if you got any money or anything or whatever, because they'll know your business. One of them probably grew up with you. One of them probably went to school with you. You heard? And that's how they pump. And they go around and they act like they doing the bus, and then they find 50,000, and then they take 40 and they say we only found 10. And then they split up the 40. And then they still go on to being cops, and they still go on to locking people up and framing people. Yeah, this is what's going on around the United States of America. This is what's going on around the United States of America, man. They killing women, men, and children. To Tamaya Rice, killed him. The dude Zimmerman killed the other young bro. Got away with it. All these cops, all these people in law enforcement, they got the right to kill. But we don't have a right to defend ourselves. We don't have a right to fight for our rights. Like, even if something happened to you, if you're the victim, you have to fight to become the victim. You heard? Because the media, the government will not allow you to become a victim. They will not allow a black or a brown person to become a victim. You heard? Everybody else is a victim except for a black or brown person. So why when these cops kill people unjustly, all the cops, all the people is not rounded up? Why is not a full investigation? Like if Ray Ray killed the dude in the neighborhood, and then instead of y'all going to lock up Ray Ray, y'all want to go and lock up Ray Ray, June, Daryl, Little Reen, everybody. You heard? Y'all want to clear that whole neighborhood, that whole block, just because one person shot or killed somebody or hurt somebody. But when the police do it, there's no problem. In every case, what happens? They beat it. In every case. That internal affairs, that's a joke. That's a joke. You got police monitoring other police. When is everything going to change for us as a people? Now we have a lot of violence in our neighborhoods. A lot of gun violence. Gun violence has ratcheted up in the last 5 years. Like it wasn't this much violence 5 years ago. It wasn't. It wasn't this much violence just 10 years ago. Why is there so much violence? The people always was there. The same people was here. You know why so much violence? Because they're funneling guns in the neighborhood. They're pushing guns in the neighborhood. Excuse me. They letting people, they pushing guns in the neighborhood. And I believe Republicans are doing that. Because all this is happening under Democratic rule. So the Republicans always, when the Democrats is in there, the Republicans always, they never play fair. They never play fair. So what they do is they do a whole bunch of things. You heard? They block bills, right? They pass laws. They change laws. You heard? They vote in new laws. This is what Republicans do when Democrats is in office. You heard? They ratchet up everything that's going on in the poor communities. They ratchet it up. So if violence is going on, they start reporting it more. You got to notice. You got to notice shootings and all the type of stuff that you're watching on the news and you seeing in your news feeds, and now all of that stuff wasn't being reported before. They're reporting it more now because that's what they want the picture out there to be. They want the picture out there to be like, look what's going on in New York. Look what's going on in California. Look what's going on in Atlanta. Look what's going on in the big cities where all the Democrats run things at. You heard? Look what's going on. And they helping it go on. Cause they in charge of them guns and all that stuff. They in charge of the laws. They in charge of policing the people that sell the guns out of them stores, out of those gun shops and everything. They the ones that police those people. Just like they come around and they fine you a ticket for having your garbage having your garbage messed up in front of your building, or any type of garbage in front of your store and everything is not swept up, it's not cleaned up, it's not looking proper or whatever. What they do? They sending people around giving you $1,000 fines, $1,000 summonses, $1,500 summonses. They going around all the stores trying to catch all the dudes with the EBT cards. You heard? So they out there policing. They out there policing. It's just that they want to police what they want to police. Yo, man, police is foul, man. They dangerous too, man. For the last 5 years, we've been watching killings, beatings, everything. All the laws, all the rights fall into the cops. You heard? If it's a videotape with the cops doing something to you, that videotapes gets withheld all the way to the last of whatever to the last process. They'll give a dude 50 years before they let you see a tape. That's how crazy it is, B. Before they let you see a tape that could clear somebody or or let somebody know that they're innocent or prove that somebody is innocent, they'll rather give you 50 years before people recognize what's going on that tape. Because the tape is totally different from the police report. And they always want to go with that police report. That's the only report that it has to be at the very last minute before they go through that police report and start realizing, like, yo, this is not true. This doesn't add up. That's not true. He said this is not true. Because they be banking on people who copping out. They be banking on loading up all these charges, all these serious charges on you and putting so much stress on you to the point where you just want to get out of this situation the best way you can, whether you did it or not. And this officer goes home with his family and tries to play like he's a hero, and he's going to work every day violating somebody's civil rights. Every day. But he goes home to his little family and acts like his family is everything. His wife, his newborn baby, everything is A-okay in your world, but it don't matter that you just messed up 10, 11, 12, 15, 30 people other lives. You heard? I don't care how much violence that they say is happening out here. The police need to be defunded, B. They need to be defunded, man. And they need a whole bunch of changes, B. You heard? From the top, not from the bottom. Because y'all always make changes from the bottom. Y'all never make the changes up top. Where all the shit come from. You know what I'm saying? You have police officers. They be laughing. They be joking. They be humiliating people as they locking people up. This is why a lot of people have so much anger for police. Even when they put the handcuffs on them. It doesn't matter if it's petty or major crime. People have a lot of anger for police because police are foul, B. They foul. And it ain't no such thing as a good police officer. Ain't no such thing. Because when you become a police officer, you have to look the other way. So why would I want to be down with something that I got to look the other way? We need more laws. We need more restrictions. We need more everything on police officers, not on civilians. We need that stuff for police officers. We got to tighten their job up. We got to restrict them because they doing too much across America. And you want to know the sad part? Most of these police officers are family members, are our friends, and all of that. But when they put on that uniform, all that's out the window. And that's sad. That's real sad. Black, brown people, wake up. If you part of law enforcement, start doing a better job than what you're doing. Because what y'all just did to Brianna Taylor, what y'all did to George Floyd, what y'all did to Tamir Rice, what y'all did to all them other people out there, what y'all did to Malcolm X, what y'all did to Martin Luther King, what y'all did to everybody else out there. You heard? Because the police have their hand in everything. When you go back to that Malcolm X thing, police, come on, man. They grabbed one of the shooters and brought him out. That's what they claim. Police had orders to stand down. Come on, man. Police are dirty, man. They're dirty.